So hey guys, welcome to a brand new video. My name is Kartike and
My name is Patricia. I'm a sixth-year medical student.
in Lviv National Medical University.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, so basically the point of making this video was we have been getting a lot of questions in our comment box that what about the clinical exposure while studying like abroad. Basically my audience, all those people who watch these videos are from India. So they want to know what about the clinical exposure. As I'm a second year medical student, she is in a final year, final course, sixth year. So she can explain better about all those things she has been through till now. So without wasting any time, let's get back to her.
So when I was at the second year, those were mainly just simple organs, not all of the body, not all of the corpse, but single organs. Our anatomy teachers, they kept showing us the organs separately, so they were not in whole of the body. Later on the third year, that was the first time we could see an autopsy in reality. But generally, I think that's depending on the university. I have some friends of mine that study in Poland. So they said that it's similar like in India. They have all of the corpse in front of them and anatomy exam is on the corpse. But in here, no. Maximum what you can get on an anatomy exam is a piece of an organ, like let's say a
like
liver,
I gave my anatomy exam in January and we got all the organs separately, be it your heart, lungs, liver, small and large intestine. So we got that all separately and we were given as 16, like we had practicals. So we given a sheet of paper and 16 questions were there, including bones and muscles as well. So we just had to go there and identify the sort of things. But what about in the clinical years? Like we go to the hospitals. You know, we all know that from the third coast, we need to go to the hospitals and all. Like instead of teachers, like professors, will be taught by doctors. So what about clinical exposure there?
Oh, just one more thing regarding the bodies, the autopsies and stuff. So the first time we see an autopsy, it's depending on the group because not all of the group have possibility to see the autopsy in the same time. But the first possibility is on the third year on pathomorphology classes.
Okay.
That's when you have some concept of pathomorphological micro like slides of diseases. So our teacher took us to an autopsy on the third year. That was a hell of a deal.
Real bodies like third course.
But the main one when you can actually take part in an autopsy is on, I'm not sure, fourth or fifth year. That's forensic medicine. And yeah, the teacher literally took us to an autopsy. He have performed all the autopsy by himself and we could cut some organs. So I could cut a brain. That was,
Nice. She is like so much into neurology, right?
So back to the clinical. When on the third year, we start having classes in the hospitals. So some of the classes are still theoretical, but some of them are clinical. So that's propedeutic of pediatrics, propedeutic of internal medicine, and the surgery. I think all three, as I remember, for now they're clinical, they're in hospitals. So that's the first stage when you start getting to know how to examine a patient, because the propedeutic is a subject to teach you not about the diseases, but how to approach the patient, how to talk to them. About talking, that's another topic, because of course most of the patients are Ukrainian speaking. Maybe I had 2 patients throughout all the university that spoke English, and they spoke English to us in the hospital. One of them was the university students in infectious hospital.
And you're so pro in like Ukrainian language. They look and you learn it real quick. So do you suggest that yes, it is important to learn Ukrainian? Like,
it's extremely important, and I think it's good to approach it by a positive way. You know, not like you're forced to get to know this language, but just try to do it to enrich yourself, to get to know another foreign language, to be able to speak with patients further on the following years, because it's extremely important. All of the teachers will not follow you every time and try to translate what the patient is saying. And another aspect is that they not always translate everything. So if you understand the language, and of course it's easier to understand. Speaking is a bit harder, but when you start understanding, then you know what the patient is actually telling you.
Yeah, like giving an example, if someone goes to India to pursue their medicine or so, they need to understand Hindi if they can't speak even. So it will be easier to interact with patients and all.
Sure.
And anything else? What about I would like to add something. Like you said, you didn't mention about those things when we have holidays in the month of July and August. So what did you do in those like vacations?
Oh, first of all, I would like to stress on the fact that it was my own motivation and my own time that I sacrificed on that. So it depends on a personal interest. But me personally, from the first year, after the first year, I started some clinical exposure, and I had clinical exposure.
It's alright, yeah.
I had clinical exposure in 3 different countries. I was Ukraine, but Ukraine mostly during the academic year. Then Poland, my home country, and UK. So in Poland and UK, that was a time after the school year, academic year finished, and that was the July August, July August time. And I was applying by myself. Of course, in Poland it's much easier. I was mostly doing this practice in my home city. In Belfast, that's the UK, study in UK. I applied online. And that was an amazing experience. I did it after 3rd and after 5th year. And what am I supposed to mention?
That's all. And in India also, we can go, like, you have 2 months holidays, then you can go to a hospital and ask them. You can show, like, from our university, I think you might have also got at the end of 2nd or 3rd course a letter. Something where you need to do sort of internship or so.
Oh yeah. After 2nd year it starts.
Yes, so we will get a letter by the end of this year, and we can go to India, show that yes, we are a student of this university and we want to be a shadow, or like you can just go after. And like paid internships are also available in India. You can pay like around $200-300 for like 2 months, and they will take you into different departments. You will just be like a doctor's shadow.
So, by the way, after the first year, it's not mandatory to do a clinical exposure, but I did, and it was helpful in the fact that I got to know how to take like how to measure the blood glucose level, how to measure the blood pressure of the patient. I did all that in Poland, and it is kind of a nursing practice.
Yeah, so you can do that in India, like in those 2 months vacations. If we talk about just clinical experience, you can do that. And let's come to a theoretical point of view. What do you think? Like personally, what I believe that in this university we are very versed with like theoretical things, be it any subjects, like you know how biochemistry is here a little.
My biochemistry was quite difficult, so I guess a lot depends on the teacher, on the lecturer.
The teachers are really good, like they will assess you properly. Like if you really want to study, I don't know what to say, seriously, I'm not making it up. If you are really a student, if you want to work hard, then seriously your theoretical knowledge can be this, if you are serious, because here you get a lot of time than just like in India we have just for like 4 years, 4.5 years, and then plus internship. Here we have for like 6 years, so everything is distributed in such an orderly manner.
That's a good point. Everything is spread throughout the terms so that you have actually enough time to study.
For theoretical knowledge.
Yeah, and to focus on things.
And practical, mainly I would say you get 2 months holiday, and also after completing your course from here, it's mandatory for us Indian citizens to go back to your country, and you have to be an intern for 1 year after qualifying an exam. So you get to know all those things there. And now we have, one new rule. We have like one exam, next one and next two. So what happens is, earlier it was just a qualifying exam. Now, for example, it's like 300 marks. If you score well enough in like that exam, you will get a postgraduate seat, like in any department you wish to pursue your further education. Like,
Also what I want to mention is that honestly, when you have a clinical exposure, you start understanding what's happening around you just after the 4th year, because earlier it's too early. There is too much clinical things in a hospital that surrounds you, and doctors don't generally have time to show you everything step by step.
Yeah.
They are very helpful, of course, depends where.
yeah,
And
we need to
so-
choose it carefully. Yeah.
Yeah, so I said you start understanding after the 4th year, but this shouldn't discourage you from starting clinical practice very early on. Because every time you go to a hospital, you see you can do something, you get someone to explain something to you. So
Yeah.
every single day is good. I have my own experience on that, and every time I went to a hospital, every day I saw something new.
And what about those like basic thing, like giving an intramuscular injection or intravenous injection? When do we get to learn these things here?
In here, yes.
Yeah.
In here it's quite difficult, so depends what you're talking about. On topographical anatomy.
Yeah, we are learning
the
how to
second-
get like suturing.
Yes, how to
stitches
do surgery,
in the second year.
how
Yeah.
to do conicotomy
And tracheostomy, yeah.
Yeah, so in this subject you get to know these things, but injections, oh, it's hard to say. They don't really want to let you do injections on a real patient
Yeah.
here.
That's the thing.
But if you go to a practice, so for that it's really good to know Ukrainian language.
Yeah.
If you get attached to a doctor and spend your own time, let's say evenings, Saturdays, Sundays during the school academic
Yeah,
year, and join a doctor in a hospital, then you can do a lot.
That's good. But you have to do it on your own. Like
They will supervise you. or they
No,
will
I'm
not-
saying you have to communicate with your doctor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you have to get attached. So I had this luck that I could get attached on the 5th year, at the
Yeah.
beginning of the 5th year, in neurosurgery department. And that's
If you want to learn something, there's a lot of opportunities out there. You have to go there and seek it out.
Yes.
So I think that was it. If you still have any sort of questions left, you can comment down in the comment box below.
Yeah.
And if you need any more information, you can write me on my WhatsApp number, email ID. Check out our Instagram page. That's really cool, right?
Yes, it's awesome. I like the last picture with the...
Yes, stay home, stay safe, quarantine.
Yeah.
Alright guys, see you in the very next video. Till then, take care, stay safe, stay home. Bye.
Bye.